Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. I hope you all are doing well. In our previous lecture, we learned about the many types of animals, land animals and water animals. Now we learn about animals that can fly and animals that live both land and water. So before I start, let's memorize our chapter name. What is our chapter name? Our chapter name is the Animal Kingdom. The Animal Kingdom. So everyone open page number 15 of your science book. This page. Open this page, page number 15 of your science book. Chapter 3, the Animal Kingdom. Okay. Animals that fly. So which animals can fly? We all know birds can fly. Birds live in the sky. Birds can fly. So here is a bird. This is a toy, I know, but this is a bird. Look. This is a parrot. It can flap its wings. Today we learn about bird. What is the characteristics of birds? Look. We know birds have wings and feathers. Birds have wings and feathers. Now go to page number 16. How can birds fly? You can think, you may ask, how can birds fly? What is this that characteristics for which birds can fly? Birds can fly because they have very light bones. They have very light bones. They have strong arms and muscles. They have very light bones. They have very strong arms and muscles. They can flap their wings with them, and they can hold air. They can flap their wings and they can hold air. That's the reason they can fly. So what are the characteristics of bird? Birds have very light bones. They have strong arms and muscles. They can flap their wings with them, and they can hold air. They can hold air in their feathers. Birds have three types of feathers: down feathers, body feathers, and flight feathers. Down feathers, body feathers, and flight feathers. Okay, now I am giving you a quiz question. Can you tell me which bird can't fly? It's a bird, but it can't fly. I will give you answer at the end of this lecture. Now, where birds live? Birds live in the nest. We live in home and birds live in their nest. Most of the birds build nest. Most of the birds build nest. What is nest? Nest is their home. Like we live in a house and they live in nest. Most birds build nest. Where they build nest? They build nest in tree, in a high tree, or the ground or corner of a building. Female birds lays egg on the nest. What is the why? There is a question, or you can ask me, why birds need nest? What is the work of a nest? Female birds lays egg on the nest, and nest hides the egg from the enemies. from the other birds or from enemies. Nest hide the eggs from the enemies and they keep the eggs warm. Now, how will baby birds grow up? Like us, birds also grows up. We know living things grows up. So how baby birds grows up? How can they eat? How can they start flying? When a baby bird has, they are blind and have no feathers. The parents birds look after the baby birds. The parents birds look after the baby birds. Like our parents look after us in childhood, like us, parents birds look after the baby birds. They feed baby birds. They feed the baby birds and keep them warm. After some days, the baby birds grows feathers. After some days, the baby birds grows feathers. Then after some days, they start flying, and then they leave their nest. That's the way a baby bird grows up. After finishing this lecture, I will show you a video how baby birds grows up, how their parents feed them. Now, go to page number 17. Page number 17. Animals that live on both land and water. So from this name, we can understand which types of animals is talking here. Animals that lives on both water and land. So what are the characteristics of these types of animals? They live on both land and water. They have a special kind of legs, back legs. They have special kinds of back legs for hopping and swimming. Characteristics of both land and water animals are: they live on both lands and water, have special kinds of back legs for hopping and swimming. So what are the examples? Examples are this. What is this? This is a frog. Frog is a both water and land animal. This is a frog. This is a crocodile. Can you see? This is a crocodile. This is a frog. Frog, crocodile, turtle. These are the animals that live both land and water. Okay. So we learned about types of animals: land animals, water animals, animals that can fly, and animals that live both land and water. So, are these animals useful to us? Can you tell me? Can you write one of the use of animals? Okay, I am helping you. How animals are useful to us? Look. We get meat and milk from animals like cows, goats. We get milk from cows, goats, etc. We get silk, wool. Fur, leathers, etc. from animals. For example, silkworm. We get silk from silkworm. We get wool from sheep. We get leather from cows and goats, etc. Animals work for us. They plow our land. Oxen plow our lands. Animals carry load for us. Oxen, horse, donkey, etc. They carry loads for us. So this way animals are useful to us. You can get more example of useful animals in lecture sheet. Now there is a word in page number 18. Page number 18, turn page number 18. There is a word beast of burden. Which animals are the beast of burden? Beast of burden are those animals that carry loads for us. Look at this page. Beast of burden. There are some animals that carry loads for us. They are called beast of burdens. What are the example of beast of burdens? Donkeys, horse, brokers, camels, trained elephants, etc. are the beast of burden. So I am giving a review of our today's lecture. First, we learn about the animals that can fly. The example that animals that can fly are birds. Birds have 3 types of feathers: down feathers, body feathers, flight feathers. Birds have very light bones, strong muscle, arms and muscles. They can flap their wings with them. They build nest. Keep baby birds. Help baby birds to grow. Parents birds help the baby birds to grow. They feed them and take care of the baby birds. They keep the baby birds warm and they feed them. After some days, the baby birds start flying, grow feathers and start flying. Then they leave their nest. Animals that live both land and animals. Animals that live both land and water. Example of this: frog, turtle, crocodile. These are the example of animals that live both land and water. They have special kinds of back legs for hopping and swimming. And the useful animals. How animals are useful to us? We get silk, leathers, fur, wool, etc. from animals. We get milk and meat for animals. Animals carry loads for us. They plow our land. And the animals that carry loads for us is called beast of burden. Beast of burden. Now I will show you a video on how baby birds grows up. Look, this is a nest and eggs on the nest. These eggs are of this bird. Nest keep the birds safe from enemies and they keep eggs warm. Look at these birds. Look, they are blind and have no feathers. We learned that baby birds, after hatching, baby birds have no feathers and are blind. So look at here. The baby birds have no feathers and they are blind. Parents birds is feeding them. Look how parents birds feed them. This way they keep the baby birds warm. We learned that parents birds feed the baby birds and keep them warm. So this way they keep the baby birds warm. Look, that birds are hungry. They want to eat. And parents birds is feeding them. This is so cute, no? Look at here, after some days, baby birds grow feathers and they can see. Look, their eyes are open. Their eyes are open, they can see. And feathers are growing on their body. Look here, after 9 days of hatching, the baby birds are now bigger than the first time. And they have more feathers on their body. Look, they are bigger than before and they have many feathers on their body. And parents birds are feeding them. Look here, there are two birds, father birds and mother birds. They look after the babies. They're taking care of the babies. And that's why this baby become bigger and start how to fly. And after some days, they will leave their nest. Here, I am showing the picture of amphibians or the animals that live both land and water. So this is tortoise or turtle, this is crocodile, and this is frog. Frog, crocodile, tortoise. And these animals are the beasts of burdens. They are carrying load for us. Look, here is horse, camel, oxen or glucose. This is donkey. These are called beast of burden. Okay. Now this is the end of this lecture. I hope you like to this lecture. Practice at home. Practice given in the lecture sheet. Exercise given in the lecture sheet. Please practice at home. And try to learn from your books, lecture sheet, learn from video, etc. If you have any problem, mark down on your copy. And connect with us, try to connect with us, try to solve this problem. Now, I give you a quiz. Which birds can't fly? This is a bird but can't fly. Now, I am giving you the answer. So, the answer is ostrich. Ostrich is a huge bird. It's a bird but it can't fly. This is ostrich. You can get picture of ostrich from your lecture sheet or given on your book, page number 16. So that's all, my dear students. Keep studying, be safe, stay home and be safe. Tata, Allah Hafiz, Assalamu Alaikum.